Hello everyone, this is Terry. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Amethyst Astro Tarot. I'm a practicing astrologer and a tarot reader, and for your professional requests, you can always contact me from the links in my profile. This video would be about the Sun's transit through the third decan of Aries. As some of you may remember that I decided to make the famous decan walk through the chart and the tarot cards this year and putting them on videos on my YouTube. So I was saying that one decan, one chart, and one tarot card. As you may know, the decans are all these 10 degrees part in each sign. So, and for this, I'm following through the decans that the sun is going through. In that sense, even it is not there yet. Let me check right away. Sun is at the moment, soon we'll be going into the third decan of Aries, and so that we will be talking about the decan rulers according to the descending order Venus, because in the first one is Mars, then we have the Sun, and then the Venus comes. And for according to the triplicity, and Aries is a fire sign, so according to the triplicity, Aries ruler is Mars in the first decan, and then after that the fire sign coming is the Leo, the ruler is Sun, and the third fire sign is the Sagittarius, and the ruler is Jupiter. So we will be talking about, in a way, Venus and Jupiter in Aries and what kind of impacts that they might have on the sun in Aries. And the associated card, minor arcana card, is Four of Wands in this case, and I will show the Four of Wands from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And the chart that I'm going to be talking about would be the Adrien Brody chart, because Adrien Brody was born on actually 14th of April 1973 in New York, and his sun is on the 24th degree and 44 minutes of Aries. So he's a good candidate for the third decan of Aries. I mean, if you follow me at the same time on Instagram, I have really made a lot of posts about Adrien Brody's natal chart and also some forecasting techniques before the Academy Rewards, beginning of March it was, I think. So since he was taking all these rewards after many years with the movie Brutalist, I decided to look into his chart and his all the forecasting things, not to make a prediction, but since he was very, I mean, at that moment popular with getting all the best actor rewards. So in that sense, if you ever would like to look into my post, you can always head to my Instagram account, Amethyst Astro Tarot, as well there. So let's see. Let's start with the Four of Wands, which I would be sharing with you right away. This is the Four of Wands that is in the Rider-Waite-Smith, and you can see that actually there is kind of a celebration with the Four of Wands, all these ribbons, etc., and then there is this these people all celebrating here with the reds around their on their heads and everything. There is kind of a, I mean, like a happy, like a happy ending in this card, but also in some sources it's saying that like in some of the other Rider-Waite-Smith cards, there is kind of a stage. It's like the stage of a theater. So actually, I mean, it always reminds like in the Ten of Cups. I think there are a few more cards like that when you see these lines here, and then you have this feeling of the theater play stage, and so it's like there is all this joy, but where is the reality? Is it all real? What is it about? So when we think about the um, for example, looking at the Venus as the decan ruler according to the descending order or Chaldean order, then we can feel that. I mean, Venus in Aries, of course, it's Venus is about uh, could be about love, relationships, values. I mean, it can be like it gives a lot of energy, no enthusiasm. It's like it can give like those with that fiery energy, sudden sparkles, etc. And you can see I mean, you can see that moment as a really like in this case, in this is in this card, something like that gives you kind of maybe hope and also kind of like peace at that moment, and but it's something very sudden, very fiery, very sparkly, momentary sometimes. No, I mean, like how much that sparkle or flame will go on. I think that's the question that we need to ask. I mean, at a point, it would be like, oh, uh, that was a nice moment, but would it be the case that like I'm now uh, done with this, I'm gone through with this, and that's it? I mean, like, what is the also looking at the Jupiter in Aries, what's the um, potential of growth? I mean, with this, all this can be, you can be also, there is a brave and bold energy coming through the areas. Also, you may be asking ourselves, I mean, what is the potential of growth, expansion with all this kind of also assertive energy, etc., that is coming through areas. And while asking all those things, we could be in a really like in the card in a happy moment, and maybe like they say in Turkish, we maybe we shouldn't squeeze a lemon in this into this happy moment, but maybe we should look at the other side of the coin, or reminding ourselves this in a way this stage, and thinking that in when we think about also sun in areas, like that's a kind of identity, like no taking the leads with the cardinal energy, and also that having that really fiery fighting spirit, that warrior that would like to go and then do everything and maybe do the best, at least starting the way, taking the initiative steps in that way, and then coming all this kind of, harmonious energy, expansion, growth, etc. But is it all for that moment? Is it something temporary? And if we want it not to be temporary, but instead to be permanent, maybe we should ask ourselves what kind of steps should we be taking uh, to keep this flame, happy moment, hopeful moment. No, Jupiter is also comes with hope, and then peaceful moment. Venus comes with peace. Everything in a certain, it could be a relationship, it could be something that we believe in, and it could be about our faith and everything. And it could be our own, of course, identity, how our conscious part reacts to the events and everything in the world. So we have to think this is the moment and how we would like to proceed with that moment. And I think that these are the things that come to my mind when I see the Four of Wands, the stage, and makes me feel thinking about the other side as well. And then coming to Adrien Brody's chart, which I could share, and I could share actually, sorry, the uh, cover that I made for the this thing. As you see, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Adrien Brody, which I have all the references about where I took the photo, etc. from. And we have the Adrien Brody's chart, which we can see also here that we have on the 24 degrees and 44 minutes of Aries that he has his chart, and the sun has this relationship, some minor relationship with the moon, and also has other contexts with the Venus, Uranus, and Chiron. And have a look at this chart. Now I would be talking about the Sun in Aries for Adrien Brody. I mean, it's in the eighth house, and I would like to also mention the moon as well. Together with that, moon in Virgo is in the first house, and it bring both of these together bring us to the gibbous moon phase. So that's interesting, since that he could be on a quest to reach a certain goal. And even though this could be personal, he might be involving others in this quest and motivate them along the way. And to do the things in the best way possible might be very important for him too. And create a combination of energetic, motivated sun in Aries and finding safety through the perfection with the moon in Virgo. And also, as you may know, sun is exalted. It's an exaltation point in the sign of Aries, such a performance, no, in this fiery, energetic sign. What an expression, shining point it could have. But we might think when it is in the eighth house, how can someone use this driven energy? Maybe it's a place to move forward thanks to some kind of connections with the others. In this sense, I mean, I think his relationship with the I mean, like other relationships, I mean, relating to others could be really important. How he does that, if we think as the Venus as the decan ruler, and there could be this urge to find out what is hidden, again coming back to the eighth house, or what is known to be taboo. Only that we should remind ourselves that and in Adrien Brody's chart, the eighth house is ruled by Mars, which would be taking us back to the Aries is ruled by Mars, and in Adrien Brody's chart is in Aquarius in the fifth house. So it could be this unusual energy is the drive and the reason behind Adrien Brody's acting, and it's something that transforms him into someone else, makes him expand his art to the society in unexpected ways. And having said that, the sun in Aries, which I said that there's the decan ruler Venus and Jupiter, it's all the meaning and then all the growth and all the beliefs that we have through. I mean, like, of course, I know that Jupiter is like also associated sometimes with luck, abundance, and hope, but I think that's like how we can grow and how we find meanings in life. I think is also are also important qualities of Jupiter in as the triplicity decan ruler, and that's important how that could be expressed in the sign of Aries, this fiery sign. It's like I think maybe it's being like brave, it should be like you should be courageous to move and to expand wherever you are uh, in your life, and where that Jupiter falls, or in this case, as decan ruler falls uh, in someone's chart. And Sun is in hand with Venus, uh, which doesn't feel at home in Aries, as it's in detriment, because Venus is the decan. Venus is the Venus is the traditional ruler of Libra, and that's Aries is the opposing sign. So it's in detriment, and it may not be getting the best rays of the sun in this case. But I still think that it may be still making him be brave about his expression of love, his values, and his art, and do things his way. So, and also this could be also telling us that he could get sometimes financial support through the partners to support his initiations, causes that he would like to fight for. So it's really interesting, like all these Sun in Aries and Venus in Aries that are in a way coming together, and because they are really also close in his natal chart. And I think that's really impressive to see this expression that's coming through with the unity between Sun and Venus, and that Venus at the same time being one of the uh, decan rulers in Adrien Brody's Sun in Aries, which is in the third decan of Aries. I mean, there is so much more to tell about Adrien Brody's chart, and also his expressions through especially uh, Mercury, that is also is the ruler of the chart, as he has a Virgo ascending in his chart, and also his moon, as I mentioned before, is in Virgo. Also, he has Saturn in Gemini, which is also ruled by, I mean, like disposited at least by Mercury, which brings us all back to the Mercury in Pisces in his chart. But I think to keep it within the borders of the third decan of Aries, uh, by the way, Venus is in the, of course, third decan of Aries. So the again, according to the descending order, the Venus would be the ruler. So I think I will not uh, tell you more about Adrian Brody's chart. But as I mentioned before, if you would like to uh, know more about my elaborations about this chart and his forecasting for this year, you may always head to my Instagram account. And this with this video, I will be ending the decans of Aries for this year under the title of uh, one decan, one chart, and one card. If you haven't watched yet, for the first decan of Aries, where the decan rulers are Mars, I had the chart of Aretha Franklin, about whose genius actually I wrote in the astrological journal, and also it was published in the astro.com. So you may always read that article about the discovering the genius of Aretha Franklin through her natal chart. And in the second decan of Aries, which we had the decan rulers as the sun, and I had in that video, which I will put in the description of these videos, Celine Dion. Mm, and I started with the very important musicians, as you may see, and Celine Dion, and I had the Three of Wands as the minor arcana card that is associated with the second decan of Aries. And in this video, Adrien Brody and Four of Wands. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope to meet you in terms of decans through another card and another chart soon when the sun moves into the sign of Taurus. So see you soon. Bye bye.